Hey dolls, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm sharing on how to prepare to be a wife. We can focus so much on the wedding day and walking down the aisle and running off into the sunset living happily ever after, but a lot of times we can neglect the preparation stage in getting to the marriage. In Proverbs chapter 18 verse 22, it says, "He who findeth a wife," it did not say he who finds a girlfriend. It didn't even say he who finds a woman. It says he who findeth a wife findeth a good thing, findeth a treasure, and obtain favor from the Lord. Having the right mindset and qualities of a wife is something that should be developed and cultivated before even entering into a marriage. So today, let's talk about what are some ways in which we can prepare to be this godly young wife. If you are new to my channel, I just want to pause and say, hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Lois Raymond, and on this channel, I'm all about helping and serving you navigate and blossom through life as a godly woman, wife, and mother. If you are a returning subscriber, I just want to thank you so much for supporting me and watching my videos. I do appreciate it, and love in the house always to each and every one of you. The very first and probably the most important step in preparing, in preparation, is really working on yourself, developing your character. If you were to ask questions, if you were to ask people to do a survey on you as a person, what would the feedback be? Will it be one that is positive, or will it be that they have so much negative things to say about you? And it's important in this season of your life that you develop your character, that you be the godly woman that the Lord has called you to be. I am not saying that you have to be perfect when you're going to get married, because honey, sometimes I don't care how much things you do now. It's some things is only when you get married is going to come up to the surface for you to deal with. But at least you can start to work on things now and deal with the major issues now in the season that you're in. Working on your mindset and managing your emotions so that when you get married, you will be in a stage of maturity. You will be well prepared and matured for the journey. The second thing you can do to prepare for being a wife is by developing proper daily habits. What time do you get up? When you get up, do you make up your bed? Just practicing and having a healthy schedule. What you do now, that is what you're going to carry into your relationship. And you might say, no, when I get married, I am going to do this. And yes, you might do it for 3 months, but then you will burn out and go straight back into your old ways and your old bad habits. So now, as you are conscious and self-aware and really preparing to be the wife that God has called you to be, honey, develop that daily habit, that daily healthy routine now. What does your day look like? Are you productive? Having a daily to-do list and making sure that you get things done. Even though you're not working, you may be home. Really being productive and managing your time wisely is so important. What do you do with the 24 hours that you have? So now, start to develop proper habits. Getting up early, making up the bed, bathing, combing your hair, getting into a routine, meditating, spending time with the Lord, praying, reading the word, doing proper self-care, taking care of your hair, brushing your teeth. Honey, hygiene. Let's talk about hygiene. Hygiene is a serious thing. Having proper hygiene. Brushing your teeth, shaving your arm, making sure that you look well, you smell good, taking pride in how you smell. Because let me tell you, when you get married and your breath smelling, that can be a huge turn off, It can be a huge turn off. Your husband didn't want to get intimate with you because your breath smelling or his breath smelling, right? Eating healthy, guys. That is a serious thing. Not always eating junk. Remember, you are preparing your body. For those of you who would want to have kids, you are preparing your body so that you'll be able to have children. But if you're putting junk in your body and eating sweets, that could cause infertility. So even from now, preparing for the future, you have to sow some seeds now. You have to prepare yourself now for what you want in the future. So just eating healthy and having a proper diet is so important in your preparation journey, in your journey for marriage. Another way is enhancing your skills. Learning how to cook. I didn't know I am a bit traditional when it comes to this, and I do believe in gender roles. I believe that there are some things that are more suitable for a man to do, and there are some things that are more suitable for a woman to do. I'm not saying that the other gender cannot do it, but it's more suitable. For example, yes, men could cook too. Men could clean the house too. It's not only for a woman to do. But on the flip side, if men could cook, well then women, you could take out the garbage too. You could change a car tire too. You could cut the lawn too. If we are being fair, right? And I believe that there are gender roles, and especially in the culture that I grew up in, it's more the women that do the cooking. And I thank God for my husband. My husband cooked. For a matter of fact, my husband taught me to cook one or two things, and I'm thankful for that. I really am. But yet still, before I even got married, I made sure that I was in the kitchen learning how to cook basic dishes from my mom. I went so far, you guys, I would be with my camera and I would be taping the steps in how to make a dish, how to make lentil peas, how to make stewed chicken, how to make different things, and really understanding and learning how to cook. If you are single, start cooking. Don't wait till you get married then to start to cook. Start to practice and learn how to cook now, enhancing your skills, learning how to iron properly. You don't want that when you get married and you iron your husband's clothes and when you put it on, it looking wrinkle. I personally, I do not like to iron, but you know what? At least I know how to iron properly, right? So learn how to iron, learn how to clean a house properly. I have seen many people, they say they clean their house and it looks clean, but when you go up close, you're seeing a set of dust and different things like that. But understanding and learning how to really deep clean properly and how to keep a house clean and how to declutter and how to organize, as well as having an eye for design. We want to be excellent homemakers. We want that we can take a house and make it into a home. That when people come into our home and they see how we decorate it and how the colors complement each other, we want them to be like, wow, you can really put a house together. So having an eye for design, I love to go on YouTube. I use Pinterest a lot to get different color palettes and to get ideas of how to put a living room together, different themes and different aesthetics and different colors that I can use, understanding the psychology in the different paints. Some paints make you feel exciting and other paints make you feel calm and relaxed. So understanding the psychology behind different colors and just having a little knack for decorating so that you can make your house a home when you have one. Another way for preparing to be a wife is by educating yourself, understanding the role of a woman, of a wife. What is your role? What is God? What is your place in the household? What is the role of a husband? You understand his role and what is his needs? What are the needs of a woman? What are the needs of a wife? And what are the needs of a husband? Understanding and knowing God's blueprint and God's idea for marriage, I admonish you to read a lot of books. Read books on sexuality, on knowing who you are, sitting under women that can really help you and to pour into you to be the wife that God has called you to be the mother that He has called you to be, a mother of excellence. Leaning and gleaning from women that you look up to, that inspire you, from your mom, from mother figures, from mentors, women that can really give you advice and that could help you through their experience and their challenges and what they have went through, the things that they have overcome, through them really gaining knowledge so that you can be the woman that God has called you to be, so that you can be the wife that God has called you to be. The fourth tip is making peace with your past. Making sure that every soul tie, every string that is attached is severed off and cut completely. You want to make sure that you are whole from every pain, from every circumstance that you may have gone through, from every trauma experience. You want to make sure that you deal with your wounds and that you deal with your issues, your mommy issues, your daddy issues, your boyfriend issues, the rejection, the things that people say. You want to make sure that you make peace with your past. You make peace with the things that you've went through. You don't want that exes are showing up and you still have emotional feelings for them. You still holding on to sentiments and different things. You want to make sure that you are totally free completely, so that when the Lord brings the right man to you, there is no strings attached. You guys can go free and fulfill God's plan and purpose in your life. You want to make sure that you have peace and that you have forgiven everyone that has hurt you. If it is you have to go to therapy, this is the best time to do that. Take some counseling, go to therapy for any trauma that you have experienced so that you can get total healing. You want to be whole. You want to make sure that you are whole and not like a strainer having a lot of holes. Because what happens if you are not mentally and emotionally restored and healed, you can bring a lot of damage and hurt, not only to yourself, but to the one that the Lord will bring your way, to your future husband. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So make sure that you have made peace with your past and that you are free from all ties and trauma. Last but not least, is to pursue purity. Whether you are married or not, this is something that is constant. The Lord has called us to live a life of purity. It's not just for the singles. It's not just for the married. It's for all of us. The Lord has called all of us to be holy and to be set apart. And this is one thing that you want to pursue and you want to practice, is just pursuing holiness and righteousness and living a life that is pleasing unto the Lord. Making sure that you are hid in Christ. I recently did a video on the ways in which I stayed pure for marriage. You can go and take a look at that, so that you will be able to just stand in times of temptation, but really pursue purity. Not just purity in terms of sexually, but purity of heart. Making sure that you have a pure heart, that your mind is pure, that you have a heart to serve, you have a heart that is humble, you have a heart for God, you have a heart for Christ. Pursue purity. I know that the Lord will send the right person to you at the right time. So I hope that these tips has helped you guys, and I will see you guys in my next one. Thank you so much for your love and support, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.